Next, that just went off. Next week is Brett Ashcroft and Keith Basinger. Today we are going by Karen Hughes, and we're going to be led in prayer by Mr. Bob Bell.
Eternal God, whose existence we acknowledge, whose continued blessings we seek, and on whom we depend in faith, we invoke your blessing upon us in this gathering today. We have come from a variety of places and tasks to share in fellowship and in renewed of our commitment to the Rotarian ideals and standards to which we have pledged ourselves and substance. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Miss Carolyn.
You can sit down.
Okay.
I'm deviating from our normal procedure today. Instead of singing the Rotary song, which was my plan for today, I want to share with you a Rotary message that Tom and I heard at the Rotary Gala last Friday night. The keynote speaker was a fellow named Brian Hall, who's the International Director for Zones 30 and 31. I think we're 30, but I'm not positive. His message was inspiring, and I asked Tom if it would be okay if I did a little synopsis to share with you of the talk that he gave that you all missed because you didn't go to the gala. I have not personally helped to dig a well for a community that had no water, but I have helped dig a well. I have not personally helped give out polio vaccines, tuberculosis vaccine, measles vaccine, but I have helped do that. I have not personally helped to build a clinic for a village that had no clinic and no medical services, but I have helped to build a clinic. I haven't been housing for those who need housing. Around the world, so many activities, so many needs, so many things that I have not personally done, and yet I have personally done because I have contributed to the Rotary Foundation. All of you have helped build those wells, build those clinics, give out those vaccines, because you have all contributed to the Rotary Foundation. Maybe you didn't personally give a check, but you helped with the pancake day. You helped with the night at the races, and all the various ways that we have earned money through the Miamisburg Rotary Club. Sometimes we grumble about the money aspect of Rotary, but I want you to think about what you have done with the money through Rotary. These were the words of Brian Hall, not my words, but I was inspired so much by his presentation that I wanted to share it with you. I felt so proud to be a Rotarian, and I do hope that all of you are proud that you are members of the Rotary Club.
Thank you, Carolyn. Mr. Cameron Willis, acting parish today.
There we go.
We have no visiting Rotarians today. We have guests. Jeff Nestor brought John Nestor. Respected members are Jill Stoutenborough, sponsored by Ted Fink. Dan Douglas, sponsored by Kim Iser. Watching is always out in Miamisburg Rotary Club.
Very good. What announcements do we have today? What announcements?
I have an announcement that Dan Douglas is going to make an announcement about a beer tent.
All right, I'll make an announcement. Is this working? This isn't doing anything. That's all right. I'm Dan. I'm with Springfest in the Berg, and I'm gonna talk about the beer tent. Is it?
Keep going.
All right.
There, that mine's up.
Anyway, I don't. Oh, okay. We are 9 days away from Springfest in the Berg. It's next Friday through Sunday. And what?
We can't hear you.
I'm
Oh.
working on it.
It's on. This isn't working. Oh, wow, that's great. We are 9 days away from Springfest in the Berg. It is next Friday through Sunday, and we have Rotary who has graciously volunteered to run one of our beer tents. And if you know anything about me, which some of you do, I don't really like working that hard. And we've made the beer tent as easy as possible. We have gotten rid of canned beer, so it's all drafts. And John Luce does most of the hard work, moving the kegs and tapping kegs and all that. So sign up. It's a lot of fun. All you have to do is check IDs, take $5, and hand a beer over. It's not too hard, not too complicated. Just hang out with your friends. You get a beer at the end, and then we're also doing a training night where we're going to have appetizers at Luce, who is providing all the beer for the event, on Wednesday, May 13th. So that's in the evening. So if you sign up to sell beer, you'll have a nice little training with appetizers, and that's a good time, a fun time, where John explains the beer, how to pour a beer, and all that fun stuff. So please volunteer and hang out with me next weekend. It's going to be really fun. Yes, John.
If I can't make the training, can I still go on Saturday and all that?
Yeah, I'm not going to stop.
I've never
We would
poured
never tell
a
you
beer
that.
before, so
I'm sure you can figure it
I'll
out.
have to.
Like, you've seen enough beers before, that I'm sure you can figure it out. All right.
What time was the training
Are
at
we
Luce?
scanning the license or are
It's,
we actually reading it?
What?
Are we scanning the license?
No, just read make sure that they were born more than 21 years ago.
05.
05. Yeah. They're
Gosh,
look
we're
like
old.
babies. Well, some of them look like babies and some of them vape, so they look like old people. So you never know. You never know.
What time?
The training is at 6, I think, on Wednesday. But we'll send that information to Kim, who can send it out to y'all as well. Any other questions?
How big of a beer do you get for $5?
They're 12-ounce pours because it's craft beer. So we have our own personalized Springfest Dora cups because we are in the Dora. So it's a $5 12-ounce pour of Lucent craft beer. And we know that there's a lot of competition at Riverfront Park, so we don't give mean looks to people that get beer elsewhere. We try to be nice. Yeah.
And also, give your t-shirt size to Justin, because we'll be getting free t-shirts, right?
Yeah, so when you, all volunteers will be given a t-shirt. We have yellow Springfest and the Berg shirts this year for our volunteers. And those are limited edition because we're not selling shirts to the public anymore, so you have to volunteer to get one. So it's very exclusive.
Well, we could sell them. Get them, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, upwards of hundreds of dollars for a yellow Springfest shirt, that's for sure. I mean, put that in the retirement account. Any other questions? I love that like 3 people think I'm hilarious, including myself. Anyone else? No. Okay. Well, please volunteer. I'd love to see you that weekend, and we appreciate the Rotary and all that. Any other announcements? Yes.
Also, just make a statement. Those that I've already volunteered or signed up on the sheet, I have your email addresses. I'll send you an email, and then you'll be able to submit your t-shirt sizes back. So
Don't tell me directly. You'll receive an email asking.
Justin will remember everyone's shirt sizes.
I got computers.
All right, thank you. Well, yeah, you really should. Any other announcements?
Busy for 2 hours on a Friday night and you want to help out a little school carnival, I can use a couple of extra hands. Our volunteers are usually the National Honor Society, and they're kind of difficult to get a hold of this time of year. So instead of high school kids, if you guys, well, if you know high school kids, or if you know of anybody who wants to help out just for 2 hours on a school spring carnival, Mark Twain's spring carnival is Friday, the 15th, from 5:30 to 7:30 in on our front lawn. So.
Anybody that has time, this coming Tuesday, there will be a blood drive at Good Hope Church. It goes from like 1:30 to 7. So if you have time next Tuesday, you can go donate blood. And then you can build your energy up. And there'll be an annual alumni golf outing. It's coming up July 31st. So anybody that wants to play, sponsor, whatever, just let me know. I have some papers here. Thank you.
I actually have an announcement. Saturday from 1 to 4 at the History Center is the McGuire Sisters Revisited. We believe we have the only set of matching 3 gowns left. We have lots of memorabilia. Dorothy's Auto sent us like 300 pounds of memorabilia after our first show. So we're doing it again. And also we're selling the lawn flag for America 250 at the History Center.
$15.
Just a reminder from last week that I just remembered, with the students that spoke last week about the garden, this Saturday, I believe it is, starting at 10 o'clock. I don't remember the location. St. James. Thank you. That they're planting their garden. So if you guys want to help plant the garden or help them with some of their plants, or donate some plants to their garden, they would be ever so grateful. I'm taking over a couple of pumpkin plants that I started that are not going to fit in my garden anymore.
If you're not going to the McGuire Sisters, the world famous Bougie Bingo is happening this Saturday. I think it's 1 to 4 too. Or the doors open at noon. Games start at 1. There are a few tickets left, so if you're interested, it's a great thing to take like your mother to, stuff like that. Surprisingly, there are some sponsorship opportunities still left, so if you're interested in that, talk to Whitney or Aaron. I guess, or me, or Carolyn, or Jeff. And that's it. Thanks.
And you got it.
When I started, we do have some leftover bar supplies, our inventory left from the night of the races. Get with me after the meeting if you're interested in purchasing.
And if you have any receipts that you want reimbursed for, that you spent for night of races in preparation for that, so please get those to Judy. Again, she closes it out and you still have a receipt, we'll call it a donation. So thank you. So make sure you get Judy the receipts. If you have it at home, you gotta bring it, just let her know you have it. Other announcements? Any other announcements?
Okay. Fun fact for the day, or trivia question, I guess is what I should call it. Any volunteers? Amy, thank you for volunteering. Okay, so what Rotary member invented the light bulb, and what club did they belong to? That is the Rotary question today. While you guys find that answer, you guys got it? Well, you guys got the question. We'll do Happy Dollars in the meantime.
Happy Dollars. Who is happy today?
Knock them down, Josh.
Guess I'm first. I've got 5 happy dollars. I'll split it up however you want. Had a fabulous couple weeks in Europe. Went up the Rhine to the Moselle, so Switzerland, France, Viking cruise. Awesome.
Nice.
Highly recommend.
the rest is for Kim and the History Society for putting together some photos for me. I found out a couple weeks ago on the board that I'm on now, to do the chairs, Washington DC, 2 weeks from the White House, is going to be the Miamisburg room. So I needed photos of Miamisburg, and it's gonna have great big lettering down. I got to see it while I was there last Friday. And so not with our stuff yet, but it'll be done here in probably a month or so. So next time I'm back in DC, I'll be able to take pictures.
I got 5 sad and happy. I'm sad because I'm not going to be here next week. I'm happy because the reason I'm not going to be here next week is I'm going to be on a cruise, 10-day cruise on the Great Lakes. Awesome.
Okay.
My happy dollar yesterday was a long day. I got up 4:30 in the morning because the Board of Elections likes punishing me and sends me up to a precinct way in North Dayton.
Oh, no.
And we had a great election, a great staff. They have high school seniors that will work. They call them youth at the booth. And half the time they don't show up. The other half of the time they're kind of, they do all right. You can't get them to talk loud enough for people like us to hear them. The kid I had this year was absolutely phenomenal. He was doing better than some of my senior volunteers. It was great. So we had a really good election. I had no upset voters. A scary number of people that really didn't understand what primaries were, and we had to sort of do some civic education on, well, the reason you're not voting for everybody is because you're like it's a club, the Republican club, the Democrat club, the Libertarian club, and Libertarians don't want the Democrats voting for their leadership and vice versa. You get blank stares and say, well, just vote as you'll be fine.
I have 5 happy dollars. One is I got to attend the Gary McKinney Memorial Service again this year up at Highland Cemetery. It's been 56 years since that event happened. And also, glad my grandson John is here. And I was a presenter for the Miamisburg Eagles at the awards for the scholarship the other night at high school. And happy that I belong to Miamisburg Eagles, Miamisburg Rotary Club, and Masonic Quads. They all 3 did donations for scholarships.
I've got 7 happy dollars. One for each of my 7 friends that got to accompany me down to Buffalo Trace on Monday to pick a barrel.
Woo.
I'm going to call this a small find. After going through, getting all the pictures from Night at the Races, going through 300 different ones, I had to break it down to about 20 or 30 to capture the event. They should have been online by now, so I didn't do that. So I'll go home and do that for you guys. But we'll have the Night at the Races photo album on our website by the end of the day.
Thank you, Justin.
This probably should have been an announcement, but Jeff just reminded me that I presented the 2 Rotary scholarships at the awards the other night. And I was pleased that the one in honor of Glenn Brandon went to the young man who's the president of the Interact Club. So that was neat.
Nice. All right.
Birthday dollar. Sienna Kate Adams, my youngest granddaughter, is a year old today.
Wow.
Got a quick birthday dollar for Saturday. I'll be more than a year old.
Did you get more than $1?
No.
I'm 10 Venmo dollars happy. It's birthday week with the Ashcrafts. My grandson Asher will be 2 years old on Friday. We're having a birthday party for him on Saturday, so I'm not going to be doing any of the things here in town. We'll be up in Columbus. And then yesterday was my daughter Amy's birthday. She was 33 years old, and as part of in celebrating that, she actually walked 33.31 miles
to celebrate her birthday. If she'd have walked 105 more steps, it would have been 33.33. But she ended up with 73,000 steps, and it took her 10 hours and 31 minutes, including rest breaks. So she hit 3 boroughs, I think, Brooklyn, Manhattan, and Queens. So, and I got the route if you want to look at it on my phone.
Doesn't make it 3.
I have 10 Venmo dollars happy. Thanks for welcoming our Interact students so well last week. It was very fun to have them. Look forward to inviting them again next year. And if you see them pop in during the summer, make them welcome. And then I'm $5 happy for the 5 concerts I get to attend this week and next week. I have kids in choir and band at 2 different schools, and it's a lot. If anyone wants to make a donation to Miamisburg schools to have an actual performance space, that would be amazing, because then parents could both see and hear their students well when they perform.
I have Venmo dollars coming to you. My daughter got her advanced green belt in Taekwondo last week, so we're super happy about that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So to answer to the fun fact.
We're doing top dog first.
Oh, top dog first? You still have to think? Okay.
How much is it?
$114.
Ah.
114.
Yellow ticket, 997.
997. 997.
Karen!
Karen News.
Rich.
9 of diamonds. King of clubs.
King of clubs.
All right, Amy, do you have the answer to our question?
New Jersey.
You guys are Rotary geniuses.
But he also got a medal from the Rotary Club of New York City for service in July of 1930.
He did.
Yeah.
You guys are both Rotary.
See what's wrong with all right.
Next order is New Jersey. What we're aware of it.
Well, I think this is the longest we've gone into our program time, and we're fortunate because our speaker said he's very flexible. So today we have Dr. Noah Kelly here, has an office here in Miamisburg, doctor of chiropractor, and so he's going to come up and talk a little bit about what he does, but also kind of more holistic health and how that all works. So thank you very much for coming, Dr. Noah. You want to do microphone or headset?
Headset.
Flexible because of that.
Do you need the microphone for the online portion?
We need one of them for the online portion, yeah.
That one's good.
Right. We'll see how this goes. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Fantastic. Can you see me?
No.
I hope so.
Stand up a little.
All right. So fantastic. Thank you for the warm introduction. My name is Dr. Noah Cali with Nexus Chiropractic and Acupuncture. I got to meet our doctor.
Do we have any other healthcare practitioners, physicians in the house today? Anybody working in or around health? Fantastic. All right, so show of hands, how many of you have been to a chiropractor? Nice, actually, that's a lot of hands. I wasn't expecting that many. How many of you had a good experience at a chiropractor? Fantastic. How many of you had a bad experience at a chiropractor? There's the hands. Those are the fun ones. My goal today, I am not here to sell you. I am not here to make you into my patients. I want to help educate. I want you to understand what I can do and the difference. Everybody always wants to talk about their difference, right? Today, you might actually learn something quite new. My club, my base here is on 3rd Street, right over by Performance Wraps, next to the Banks. Mr. Andrew Banks is who I'm renting from. I've been there for about a year now. And my Miamisburg story actually started about 10 years ago. I live at the top of the hill in Linden. I used to drive out to Miami University. Wow. Hello. Sorry about that. So I used to drive out to Miami University and I'd always come through town here and I thought it was just the coolest town ever. So after a while working down in Cincinnati, I found a house up here and I just decided to jump ship and move. I'll talk about my time in Cincinnati just a little bit. But yeah, I'm your neighbor in town. I decided I wanted to set up shop here. There's not a lot of chiropractors on this side of 75. So the difference in what I do, right? I own 2 clinics. What I am looking for are not the pain people, right? A lot of chiropractors, if you think of a chiropractor, you think, oh, back pain. I had this injury. Oh my gosh, I bent down to pick up a piece of paper and that single sheet of paper broke my back. It's amazing how often that story actually comes in. Which is true. Sometimes it doesn't take a lot of force. It doesn't take a big injury or a traumatic incident to hurt you. But I'm not actually here to talk about pain today. I will always help people in pain. That's just one of my ambitions, but that's not my niche. So I have 3 separate types of techniques that I work with. One is chiropractic, obviously. That's my So chiropractic, acupuncture. I've done over 800 hours in acupuncture education. I'm about to have my diplomate by the end of this year, which is just a fun way of saying extra letters behind my name. I've done a lot of studying and education in acupuncture. And the third technique is neurophysiology, neuro-emotional technique. These 3 things together are a comprehensive approach to address the body, anything you might need. I came from one of those chiropractic mills. My first job was down in Cincinnati where they had me seeing 70 to 80 patients a day, right? 6-hour day, absolutely miserable. 2 minutes with each patient in one room, out the other. It wasn't fun whatsoever. I decided that wasn't good for my body. It wasn't the most optimal solution for my patients' bodies. So when I came up here and started my own business, I see 10, maybe 12 patients a day right now, and I'm spending about 30 to 45 minutes with each patient. I have selected to take the niche 20% of the population that have those incredibly difficult, complicated cases that they haven't gotten help anywhere else. I'm going to give you a few examples of the people I'm working with. And that's what I want to educate you guys on today, is that those people who seem to not get help anywhere else, there is hope. There is always hope. So just to break up the routine of the speech here, I want to share some of the stories that I've seen come through my clinic. My most recent patient right now, he has no confirmed diagnosis. He's been through the Cleveland Clinic. He's been through 5 different neurosurgeons. And they pretty much all tell him, hey, take these muscle relaxers. We hope you feel better. This man started having coldness in his feet. And over the last 2 years, it's moved up to his knees and then his hips and then his mid belly button line and then his nipples. And I don't mean just cold. I mean icebox. Imagine your foot is in an icebox 24 hours a day. He's my new patient. We are still working on getting him out of that, but we have had some results so far. Those are the type of neurological complex conditions that I want to help. When every other doctor said, no, thank you, right? Some of my other fun cases, who has ringing in their ears? Tinnitus. Anybody have that? Yeah, thank you, on one hand. I usually see more of those come up. That's a really high-pitched, sharp ringing in the ears, right? It's actually pretty easy to treat with some acupuncture. It takes 4 to 5 visits. It's pretty readily treatable. And that's not something you normally hear with tinnitus. Typically, sometimes medication can help, sometimes not. Most people just choose to live with it. But then we get into my really, really fun cases. 2 days a week, I work down in Cincinnati still at my other clinic, and I work in a therapy office. Neurophysiology is a way of addressing the emotional stresses on the body. So, who here has ever seen the classic PTSD of a war veteran? Do we have any veterans in here? Absolutely. Thank you so much for your service. I've had a lot of war veterans come through my clinic, specifically ones who have heavy cases of PTSD. We're talking a tremor, shake, heart palpitations, alterations in blood pressure, uncontrollable sweating. 4th of July comes around, it's a nightmare, right? Personally, I've seen one of those gentlemen go to the 4th of July show with his family without any physiological response or change. And that's my goal with NET. We'll talk about the language of NET, which gets into some traditional Chinese medicine. Sounds pretty woo-woo. It's just different. But they line up pretty closely with our modern medicine. Anyways, so 2 days a week, I'm down in there and I've got 9 other therapists sending me their patients, right? They're clients. This is a trauma-based clinic. So I have everyone coming to me from those war veterans, PTSD. I have people who have been sex trafficked. We're talking out of country, removed, retrieved, and come back. People who've been through divorce and death. The most heartbreaking case, I had a 6-year-old girl come in. Man, it still gives me shivers thinking about. She was on FaceTime with her father, who was a truck driver. And she watched her father get run over and killed by a truck on the highway. That child was mute for 6 months. You can't even imagine the psychological trauma that has. That's the trauma I'm working on. She spoke for the sixth time, for the first time in my office 6 months later. So it excuse me, it really does have some amazing impact. The other big success stories that I'm working with are seizure patients, heavy neurological conditions. When I was in Cincinnati, I started my network with multiple neurosurgeons down there. I had 2 children, both brothers, suffering from grand mal seizures, right? And a grand mal seizure, if you don't really know what that is, it's a massive spasm, right? The hyperactivity of the neurons in the brain, it shuts down the motor control sensory portion, motor control of your body. You have muscle spasming. I can't really do much else. It's pretty scary to watch, but it's not the only type of seizure. That child was 14. He was having 60 grand mal seizures a month, 2 every single day. And he was pretty well controlled by within a 2-month period, we got him down to 1 a month. And that was one of my biggest success stories. After that, I met with 3 other neurosurgeons. They were like, what are you doing? And the neurosurgeons are really cool because they get it, right? You go talk to a lot of doctors. Maybe even you have an opinion as well, but a lot of doctors think chiropractors are quacks. That's one of the best names for us, right? A lot of popping, snapping, cracking, twisting, right? That's the chiropractic we know. That's the chiropractic on social media. It's out there, absolutely. There's good doctors, there's bad doctors in every single field, but that's not my kind of practice. So these neurosurgeons started coming because they realized, oh shoot, there's something to this, right? You don't go from 60 grand mal seizures a year for a 10-year period. It started when he was little, down to 1. He started, it was probably twice a week he had to come in for about a 2-month period. That's not bad. 10 years of seizures and 2 months later he's down to 1. That's not bad at all. Got him down, he was coming in about once every 3 months just for a little bit of maintenance care to keep things under control. So we could get into the science of the acupuncture. We could get into the science of the neurophysiology. The chiropractic, I don't even want to touch on. I think most people have a pre-exposed idea of what chiropractic is. And I do some of that. I adjust. Patients find me all the time with low back pain. Pain is easy, honestly. It's not my preferred method, not my preferred patient. But if you have pain, send it my way. I'm always happy to help. So we've talked about a lot already. There's still more I'd like to discuss, but at this point, does anybody have any questions based on what I've already brought up? The complexity of the cases, the hopeless cases where really they've not found any other solution. Do I have any questions currently? Yeah, absolutely, Doc. Yeah. Yeah. I love that you said meridians. Not many people can identify the system that acupuncture works on, which in Chinese medicine, meridians, there's 14 meridians just as a baseline. 14 meridians running through the body, and they connect our head and chest to our fingers and our toes. So when you go to get acupuncture, if you haven't had it, it's awesome. You'll find, hey, I have headaches. Start poking your fingers. They'll start poking your toes. And you realize, hey, some of these spots, oh, they're sensitive. You lay for 30 minutes, you get up and you realize, oh, I feel a little different. So the meridians we're working on for the tinnitus actually respond really well to the vertigo and any sort of like proximal issue with dizziness, unstableness. You don't know where your sense of gravity is. And the 3 primary points on both sides are actually within the jaw. So I'm not going into mouth. This is on the outside. But if you all open your jaw, there's a space that opens up on either side. That is the gallbladder, small intestine, and Sanjiao. It's the triple warmer meridian. It's the only meridian in Chinese medicine does not have a physical organ represented in the body. Otherwise, like the gallbladder, we all know our gallbladder. Actually, I'm guessing probably quite a few people in here have had their gallbladder removed. Anybody have that? Okay, we got a couple. Yeah, absolutely. But that's really cool because sometimes, this is another example of people who come to my clinic, there's a thing called a gallbladder attack. Have you ever had a gallbladder attack? Do you know what that is? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. What's fascinating is that we can actually have phantom limb syndrome. That's pretty common in my war veterans too. But anytime an organ's removed from the body, we can still have phantom attacks, phantom issues. So this gallbladder, when it seizes up, it secretes bile that should bind fat in our digestive system. And an attack can result in pain throughout the body in different areas, and most notably in that left shoulder blade area, coming to the right and across. But then people go, hey, I don't have a gallbladder. Why is this happening? Well, in that circumstance, we can look into Chinese medicine and say, hey, this gallbladder is not just the physical organ. There is a pathway connecting from the toes all the way up and around the ear. And without fail, every single time, just a couple acupuncture sessions, nothing big or long. That's not complicated. Those attacks go away. It's just an imbalance in the body. And that's where it starts to sound woo-woo because we're talking about energy and chi. But chi is now measurable. A lot of the newer research studies are showing the microvascular circulation in the hands and the feet run along these exact same pathways. So they're measuring it. And there are ways to measure it in the clinic. I don't have any of those because they're hundreds of thousands of dollars of machines. I don't need to either, right? This is a tried and true technique that's been used for hundreds of years. If something works, you do it, right? So what my ask is for all of you guys today is I'm looking for those patients, those people you know in your life that feel like they don't have any hope, right? They feel lost, whether it's major trauma in their life. Actually, you know what? Let me ask another question. How many of you guys know someone in the younger generation today, let's say high school, 16 or younger, that has suicidal ideation? Anybody in this room? Yeah, absolutely. So not as many hands as I would suspect, but if you start asking around, this is a huge problem today. Um, I have probably 4 to 5 younger generational people coming with suicidal ideation currently, and that's just from me being here a year. I've not done any marketing, and people are finding this. NET is not a widely practiced technique right now, but it's growing. It's being taught at 4 different medical schools, so it's really gaining ground. And people are coming from about 2 hours away to get this done. Um, but anyways, so from the younger generation, kids that are having that suicidal ideation, it's so sad. Very easy to help them. Um, all the way to the most neurological complex cases you can imagine. If you know people with seizures, send them my way. That's my bread and butter. I work with neurologists all day long, and it's so easy. But you know, as your local community chiropractor as well, if you guys have any questions, I just like to be here to answer questions. Um, I'm open 11 hours a day, but I only see 10 patients. So give me a call, give me a text. I'm always happy to point you in the right direction. My clinic may not be the best fit for you, and that's okay. I'm not trying to be super busy. I just want to help my community where I can. Um, yeah, please go ahead. The treatment. It depends on the case. That's a great question. She was asking with the tinnitus, this ringing in the ears, how long does the treatment last? And it really depends on the person and the body. I have 2 gentlemen right now coming and getting treatment. Both have been very successful. One I haven't seen in about 3 months. He's extremely happy. I checked on him about 2 weeks ago. It hasn't come back. I have no idea when it'll come back. It may not. The other gentleman lasted about 3 weeks and came back in full force. This gentleman is about 550 pounds. He's a truck driver and he has earbuds in his ear all day long. Very loud music. He's worked on stereos and was a concert director beforehand. So his ears are very greatly damaged. It depends on the body and how much damage is done. Um, but a really good treatment, I would expect probably 5 to 6 months without any care. But you get a routine, like anything, you need just a little routine, a little touch up to tell the body, hey, we don't like you changing back to the old ways. We're going to stay on the straight and narrow. Which actually reminds me with chiropractic. Yeah, another question in the back. That's a great question. Yes and no. My clinic does not take it. It's all self-pay, but I do a lot of super bills, and that's how most people find me. And thank you actually for asking about this. So many of my clients right now, spread out, are actually on Medicaid, meaning they are federally considered impoverished. Um, and they still come to me every single time they go, hey, I'm looking for an expert, and everyone says you're the expert. Can we just talk? Absolutely. I see them the first time, they keep coming back because they love it so much. It really helps him. You know something is worth its value people who are struggling for money go, you know what? I'm going to ignore my insurance and go to somebody who really gets it. So, sorry, go ahead. Yeah, FSA, HSA, all those health savings account, that covers everything. Now, if you guys have Medicare or know people on Medicare, that covers chiropractic, technically. They like to reimburse about $20 a visit. So what that looks like is I'm taking Medicare patients, but it does not go into the acupuncture. It does not go into the neurophysiology. Um, it doesn't cost an arm and a leg. I'm happy to discuss prices. I'd say most people in their care between 2 to 3 months are looking at 800 to 2,000 for those 2 to 3 months of care, which is, it sounds like a lot, but considering a lot of the complexity of these cases, you can't go anywhere for cheaper than that and still get results. I do super bills, so if people really need to get reimbursed or they cannot afford it, I always love to help with finances. But I'll write a bill, all the medical diagnoses, the billing codes, and they will get reimbursed directly from their insurance company. Probably won't be the whole amount. Typical chiropractic adjustment, $65 in my clinic. It's actually below average for this area. Medicare likes to pay $20, so you'll get $20 check back in the mail. Still be out $45, but depends what you're looking for. If you're just wanting to get cracked, clinic's not the place for that. But if you have an achievable, measurable goal, that's when my clinic's the place for you. Because I am not looking for long-term patients. I see people 8 to 10 visits typically on average. And I say, see ya. I'm too busy to see regular patients consistently. So my goal is to get you guys back out rehabilitated and hopefully never see you again. That's my kind of love. Excellent question. Thank you. Any other questions from the peanut gallery? Yeah. Oh, I've got a big old stack back there. I didn't know what was kosher or not, if I could pass them out. But come talk to me. Seriously, now, give me a call or any other time. I'd love to talk about those complex medical issues. And if you know anybody that I think that would work well with me, whether it's PTs, other nurse aides, doctors, I would love those connections too, because the more I can grow my network, the more people I can reach. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk and come in today.
Thank you very much. All right, let's got blue tickets. Blue tickets. It's always interesting when I get prizes in a brown paper bag. Who was it? Did you who gave the one that drinks? Someone had drinks and snacks or something that one time. That was you, I know. All right, 091 091. All right, and 086. Yeah. So, I'm sorry. Who was this from today? Jim Dunn. All right. There's one here and one there. Very good. And we thank everybody for coming today. Let's go ahead and stand and so in everything that we think, say, or do, number one, is it the truth? Number two, is it fair to all concerned? Number three, will it build friendships? And number four, will it be beneficial to all discerned? Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you, Karen.